Hello vinyl community, YouTube, and anyone who's watching this video. Hopefully you're watching it on YouTube. I've been wanting to do a video on this little phono cartridge for a while. This is a Stanton L737S, and this is my first Stanton phono cartridge. This came on a turntable, a Pioneer PL 516 that I bought at a yard sale last summer for 15 bucks. The original Pioneer Headshell was not in good shape. The wires were very brittle and starting to fall apart. But this cartridge really intrigued me. It did have a stylus on it, but the diamond had broken off the fixture. So I've been using Audio-Technica and ADC cartridges for a while, but I've always wanted to try a Stanton. And in this video, I'm going to basically rebuild this cartridge from the ground up. I'm not going to go into alignment. I'm not going to go into tracking force, vertical tracking force. There's a ton of videos up on YouTube, and that's not what this video is all about. I want to put this together. I'll show you the parts that I got to do so, and we'll take it from there. I'm dying to find out how this cartridge sounds. As you can see, it is a well, it's a half-inch mount with a twist. Around the head shell is this little contraption here. That is a P-mount to half-inch adapter. This is a P-mount cartridge. You can see on the back, color-coded and wired for half-inch mount. On the top, mountings for a half-inch mount. So we have everything we need to hook it up to a standard turntable. I do have a P-mount turntable as well. At some point I'd like to try this on it. It's a very light tracking cartridge for those of you who obsess about tracking weight. I can tell you right now, tracking weight is no indication of what is a good or a bad cartridge. It's just the weight that you use to set your tracking force at. You're not going to carve up your vinyl. You're not going to carve grooves into it after 5 plays. From the reading that I did online, this is designed to track at about 1 1/4 to a maximum of 1.5 grams. And I think I'm going to set it at 1.5 and see how it does. This is a moving iron cartridge. It's not a moving magnet. It's not a moving coil. It's technology that Stanton called moving iron. So that might give it its own unique sound. What that means, I have no clue, but it's a moving iron cartridge. So next step, I think we'll get it ready for the head shell. Okay, I should probably mention as well, this is not going to be an unboxing video at all. I hate unboxing videos, and matter of fact, I've already opened this package. This is a Stanton professional headshell model H4S V2, and it includes the headshell, mounting parts, and interestingly, headshell weights. There's one on there right now at plus 2 grams. I guess that's designed to give the tone arm more weight and ultimately to track better. I'm going to try it with that 2 gram. There's also packed in here, there's a 4 gram weight. We'll try it with the 2, see how it does. If it doesn't track well, maybe I'll pull it out, or maybe I'll swap it out for the 4. But this hobby is all about options, guys, and I'll show you what I chose next for my stylus. Alright, so this is the stylus that I chose to fit into this cartridge. I bought this online, and people are already going to jump all over me. It is a fan style. It's a plug-in. It is an elliptical. You can see right there, tracking force 3/4 to 1.5 grams. We're going to try it at 1.5 grams. I say people are going to jump all over me because from what I've read, people prefer the sound of the original Stanton stylus. Well, those are unobtainium. They're no longer made by Stanton. So guys, in this hobby, you use what's available to you, and this was available. This cost me whopping 14 bucks. Diamond needle 4826-DE, and it is an elliptical, so I think it's going to sound pretty good. Okay, few tools. I am not going to show you how I built this cartridge. It is tedious. This is fiddly work. I'm just going to show you a couple of tools that you need to do this. Needle nose pliers. This will be helpful for wiring the headshell wires into the cartridge. A couple of these really nice precision screwdrivers, flatheads. One with a long head, one with a short one. This is part of a kit that I got at Ace Hardware. This is probably about 12 bucks. Just handy to have, and get yourself some good light. I've got this little gooseneck lamp. It's got a clamp right on there, so it's clamped right on my TV tray, and this is where I'm gonna wire everything up and screw everything in. I noticed something, that this stylus does not seem to be a very good fit. I don't know if it's supposed to be molded this way, but the original Stanton, which was a D73S, clamped all the way around the top here, and this guy just kind of rests in front of the cartridge. The tube, the tube where the sound comes into fits right into the front of the cartridge, so that's a good thing. But this D73 is taller and wraps around the top of the cartridge, so we'll see how that works out, or how it doesn't work out. But we'll wire this thing up, hook it up, and I'm not going to show alignment. I'm really not. I'm not going to take you through that agony. But I guess the next step, we'll give this thing a go. All right, we're all together, mounted, wired. I've got to say, I've put together 1, 2, 3 other headshells with cartridges in them, and this Stanton one just went together beautifully. It was still fiddly, it's still torture, but the hardware they gave me was great. The wiring was great. Everything wired up. You can see here, show you the top. We've got our 2-gram weight in. We're not aligned yet. I'm going to do that next off camera, and then we'll give this thing a spin. But fantastic hardware from Stanton for this headshell. I'm just blown away at how nicely it went together. So we'll align it and see what happens.
Thank you.
All right, guys, it's up and running. had a heck of a time getting the cartridge. I actually spoke too soon. Putting these things together in a headshell is not easy, and my little nuts kept popping out. But you need patience, and you need a lot of fortitude. I just turned down the volume so the copyright police don't get me. Duke Ellington at Newport from I think it was 1958 maybe, but it's playing. I had a heck of a time setting the anti-skate because the thing is tracking so darn light. We're tracking at 1.5 grams. I had to turn the anti-skate down. It's maybe at about 1 or so, maybe 1.25, but sounds great. It sounds really, really good, and it's tracking. You can see right here, I've got the 2 gram weight on, and that little stylus sounds fantastic. So I'd say my little vintage Stanton experiment was a hit. Couple of things about putting these things together. You do need to be extremely patient. Even in 2017, they have not perfected the hardware for these cartridges at all. It's very fiddly. I have not terrible arthritis, but you know, in my 50s, I have arthritis, and you know, in hindsight, I would have tried to find somebody to, I would have paid somebody to put this thing together, to put the cartridge and the head shell together. This was the easiest one I've had, but I still ran into a couple of glitches. And then when I went to go set my tracking force, I couldn't find my digital gram scale, but I was able to find it. Like I said, we're tracking at about 1.5 grams, and we're tracking fine. So hope you enjoyed this video, and you know, if you have a vintage cartridge lying around, don't be afraid to find a stylus for it, put it in a head shell, and get it up and running. These things never go bad. It's basically a box of coils, so playing around with cartridges can be a lot of fun. Have fun.